Hey folks, time once again to do some old CSS battles. These are on CSSBattle.dev, and if you've got a Plus subscription, you can see these prior battles. So this is from the this is from the 10th of November 2023. There's the 11th and there's the 12th. Let's get right to it. Okay. I definitely feel like this is an all background on the body type solution, and I think to start I'm going to narrow in with a conic gradient. Here we go. And so what I want to make is a window. So this is going to be a conic gradient that's transparent, 75%, and then goes to the pink. Or rather, no, it's pink, and then it goes to transparent and creates a window of that size. All right, so let's move that over. I don't know exactly how much to move it over, and so I just sort of go for it. All right, so this is too far low, 4, 5, okay. And then this is not tall enough, so at 50%, 200 pixels, 200 by 200. Okay, so that's our start. Next, I feel like this is the same radial gradient several times, so let's make one. It's gonna be transparent on the middle. Oh, and I guess it's gonna be a circle. Circle, comma, and it's transparent in the middle, like I said, the dark red, and the circle transparent again. So what's the radius? So we would like to do this all in percents to save characters. 30%, 0, 50%, 0. That might be in the ballpark. So let's then move that. Minus 30 pixels, minus 30 pixels. You see kind of where I'm getting at there. So if I can get that aligned, then I'll feel pretty good. All right, so that's the first stab. How's that? Minus 100 maybe? And it's repeating, isn't it? Oh, look at that. That could be a problem, but maybe that's fine. I'm surprised that it's repeating. Why am I surprised it's repeating? Never mind. All right. Ooh, that radius is close. Okay, so I've stumbled onto something good. 28, 29, 29%, 30%, 31, 32, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. But see, here's the problem. Even if I adhere, so let's do this in pixels. I don't think we can do it in percent. 50, 60, 70, 80. And then that number is 100 pixels. 10, 20. And that's repeating in an interesting way. Is it 79 pixels? Wow. Okay, so do I need to put a height and width on this? Okay, I don't know where that is now. That is a bummer. Whatever's going on there is bad. Oh, because the radius is too big, so I'm going to do 2. Okay. Is this a way forward? Let's do 50%, 50%. Okay. How about 25%, 25%? Interesting. How about 0 and 0? Certainly feels close. Wow, that's close. It's just wrong enough to be irritating. So I was thinking this was going to be 3 or 1 radial gradient and then just position. But it turns out maybe I could do it as a repeating. I'm going to submit this and see. There's too much diff here to reasonably expect 100%. Yeah, we can't anticipate that. Let's do it as 80 and resubmit. Could that be it? I'm very surprised by this outcome. Very surprised that this worked. Traditionally with curves, there's a lot of pain. So let's see what we got here. So that's the recurring gradient. It's bigger. It's much bigger than can really fit very easily. You can see it if I do it like that. If I do it at 0, 0. Even if I do it at 50%, 50%, and you can kind of see what it is in the center. So it's this squished thing. But that's great. I'm so pleased to have gotten that, and that means we don't need margin, we don't need this paragraph tag, and we can place and minify and get out of here. That is super surprising to me how straightforward that was, and I really lucked upon it, because when I started moving that gradient, it repeated in a way that surprised me. We'll take it. We'll take a good score. All right, next. Oh boy. What is this? I don't know what that is. Let's just get coding. All right, background here. We're gonna set the color like so. Yeah, I don't know what we can do there. This is interesting. Definitely an interesting shape. All right, let's move the margins to the element. Or is this 4 elements? Oh. Let's. Analysis paralysis has hit me again. I think that conic gradient as the. I really like that. It's almost the same conic gradient, isn't it? So if I just copy and paste from this other one and into this one, what do we get? There it is. And instead of that pink, we do this color. So we're just steal that color, and there it is. Okay, so, and we don't need transparent there, because I don't think that we're going to use this. Okay. So then, what next? Let's make the background of a paragraph tag be this, and set our margins in the so I guess we need to be able to see this paragraph. Oh, well, I removed it. That's the issue. And we need 3 of them. And they're like 80 by 80. And then the margins are some number. So what happens if I make that margin be, if those are 80, then this margin is probably going to be 40. What, 40? And then if we do margins on the body, I'm just trying to see what I need to do here to slot these into place. 50, 50. So, okay. or is the answer to, I don't know, this is goofy though. Maybe that margin is 8 and then another 80. But that's going to cause us problems, isn't it? That is going to cause us problems. All right, let's start there, and then we just go from here. I don't know. This is certainly a weird one. Okay. I think the margins for the other ones are going to be this. So second ones are going to have this margin. Is that right? Maybe not. Okay. But let's set this margin here. 4092, 4092. And so if we add 190, 202, 210, 212. Okay, so that's our first element. Then we get the second one right there, and then yeah. So this was a bad idea. Let's do B. B is there, and then C. That margin is minus 100 or something, and then 100, 200, 210. 11, 12, and then minus 1. I thought I was going to be doing display flex for this, and I'm clearly not. Clearly not. All right, so how do we want to do this in terms of the colors? We could do a conic gradient with a variable for the start. We could do clip path and then rotate. We could do border widths. I think I like conic gradient. I know you are surprised. Conic gradient. And it is some number. 75%. And then transparent, like that. And that almost worked. That almost works. But we do a from var of a dash dash f, or just a default of 0, comma. And then so B, the second one is from the dash dash f is 180 degrees. No, 270 degrees. No. Is it just 90 degrees? Oh wait, hold on. It's just the same thing. That actually works. Yeah, that's dumb. So that's fine. I was overthinking it. This one is from 180 degrees. Yeah. That's a clean solution. I mean, it's clean-ish anyway. So what else can we do here to optimize this? We can do so that's 100%. We do var of dash dash m, or a default, and then each one of these instances of margin in its we can just set dash dash m, and we get the same result, assuming we put in our parentheses correctly. There it is. Let's resubmit and make sure that we didn't break anything. I don't see how we would have, but you never know. Okay, unit replacement and minification and resubmission. That's a fun one, and a surprising result, and a higher score than I've gotten in the past. I think that I've done this with lots and lots and lots of individual kind of gradients, but again, trying to tune and optimize to how quickly, how few is a great way to go. This, I can tell this could be an interesting one. Okay, so how do we do this? We've got to the bulwark. That's the right word. That's maybe not the right word. The center of this. I think I'd like to do the center and see what we're facing. So that's a radial gradient, and then that's. And I think we know we want this, that, and we want a circle. And then we want orange. Whoops, more orange. And then I'm going to put transparent because I don't know exactly how we're going to do that. 10%, 0, 30%. And then let's nuke this for the time being. All right, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and then 26, 7, 28. So that's our start. And then is this conic gradients? One is tall, one is short. And we don't know exactly what the widths are. So at 40 pixels, let's see, and then how do the others impact each other? So transparent, 75%, 270 degrees, and then the orange. Conic. Okay, so there's our first one. And then what does it take to move that over? So that's at 40 pixels. Let's turn that into a variable right now. A, we'll call it. And we'll do var A. And then move it over 200 pixels. Okay, we got a shot. 2 to 10, 20, 30. Okay, and then we do another one of those. Not as far over, 180. Don't add a trailing comma, and then we need to move it down. Probably down 50%. No, 150 pixels. 110, 20, 30. That's pretty clean. That's pretty clean as far as code goes. I think that that's what we want. And then lastly, we want another one of these, which is very similar but not the same. And that'll be B, a B conic gradient, which is at 40, at 50%, 40 pixels. So then when we do this one, R dash dash B, there it is, and we need to move it downward. So 200 pixels, and then down 50%. Now, again, I'm trying to do what I cannot do. So actually, let's do 0, 200 pixels, 0, 170. That's interesting. Where do we want that? Okay, so that's no good. What is that, 100? 70? 80. Okay, so that's that number. And I think this is all correct. And I need another one with a comma. Move it over the full width, and then it's there. But then if I move it down, 120, 130, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and then in the distant background, a default color, and I think that's our shape. That's our next shape. Show variable eyes. Could also create paragraph elements of a particular block and then position them using margins or with transforms. Could create a shape and then one shape and then alter it with transforms and scales. Could do 2 elements and then their box shadows. Several choices. Let's unit replace and minify. And then we're done. We're done with this particular shape. I think this is one that when I was first doing that, it definitely flummoxed me and was what's the right way to do this. And now having, okay, what do I want to make rock solid? Because when you're setting the widths and heights of, say, an element, and if you're creating new ones, then this one's going to be over the top of the others, right? And so making a decision about what's going to be completely in the front and what can show through and what can have some wiggle room to them, because I can alter the sizes of these backgrounds a little bit and it still kind of work. So yeah, that's a fun one. Thanks for watching. Be good to each other. Make something cool with CSS. CSS is a lot of fun. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.